Welcome back, guys. 90 plus one. Today we're going to be going over Boxing Day results or previews for us, what we think is going to happen. We're each going to give a prediction, and then we're also going to have our own X factor of who we think is going to be the most important player of that match, and probably the deciding reason why said game is going to go the way it's going to go. I'm Pablo.
I'm Sammy.
And let's get to it.
Let's go.
First game is going to be Manchester City Everton, 6:30 a.m. kickoff, early kickoff in the
Too
States.
early.
I don't know what it is over there. What, 12:30?
Yeah, 12:30. I think they're 6 hours ahead.
City's been in a horrible form. They're actually the worst team in the league since November 1st. Worse than Southampton.
Who's been like one of the worst teams I've seen in a while.
They picked up 4 points since November 1st, and Southampton have picked up 5.
Something like that. They're bad.
That's insane. That's honestly relegation form. But yeah, Man City, Everton. Who you got?
I got Man City. There's just no way. I just don't see any way Everton actually pulls this off again. They had 0-0 versus Arsenal, 0-0 versus Chelsea. I don't see it happening 3 weeks in a row. There's no way. City's been too bad. They got too much talent. I think they will end up winning this game.
You think it's just
2-0?
2-0.
2-0.
Everton's not going to score?
I don't think so. They scored 14 goals all season. I mean,
That's true.
It's bad. It's bad. Their attack's not there. Their defense is solid, but
But this is a really bad City team. Like,
It's bad.
this City team is actually horrible.
It's
Aside
bad,
from
but-
stats, like, you watch them just to eye test, horrible.
But it's not like Everton's good either. So I mean, it's just a battle of the scrubs. So I just think,
Battle of the Scrubs.
yeah, I think Foden's been bad all season. Haaland's been bad all season. I think
He finally got a goal, though.
the last play of the
Sloppy
game,
goal,
basically.
and, they gifted it to him, but he got a goal.
Yeah, I think Foden's gonna have to step up this game. He's gonna have to create something to break through that back line because Haaland's just gonna be standing there.
True. Holland can't do anything without any service.
No, he needs some creative factor in the team.
I think it's going to be a sloppy 1-1.
Right.
I was going to say Everton would win just because they haven't beat City away from home since like the 60s is what they said or something like that. And I think it would be hilarious. But Everton aren't going to win. They're not going to win at the Etihad, empty head. So it's going to be 1-1. A sloppy 1-1, maybe like a last minute goal or something. My X factor, the reason they're going to stay in the game, and I hate this player so much, I actually absolutely hate him, but it's going to be Pickford. Pickford's going to be a big factor in this match. They're going to be the reason why either they keep the clean sheet and do 0-0, or it's going to be 1-1. But either way, it's going to be 1-1. What's your X factor?
Phil Foden. I think Phil Foden. Somebody's gonna have to break through the lines because that team's they're gonna sit back and it's gonna be hard to break them down. Somebody's gonna end up having to make an individual play.
Okay.
I think Phil Foden has that.
Okay. Well,
No, I don't even like him that much, but
you really don't.
I think it's gonna have to be him.
Yeah. But all right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. He says City will win. I'll say they'll draw. We'll see. Hopefully, for the good of everyone, still watching this hate watch of Manchester, they tie or lose. But we'll see. Next up, we got a bunch of 9 a.m. games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. But first one is Bournemouth Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace sitting comfortably, not so comfortably anymore in 16th place. Little relegation battle that they got going on there, and Bournemouth trying to get into Europe. They're currently 5th in the Europa League spot, ahead of Manchester City. So they've got good form. They won 4 of their last 5. Crystal Palace are doing better too. They just lost for the first time in 5 games. I think it's just going to be Bournemouth. They're at home. Crystal Palace hasn't been that good, even though they got, ex-Chelsea players like Mark Gahey and Trevor Chalobah. They're just not that good this season. They're turning around, but they're not that good. Bournemouth have been really good, especially at home, so I got to give it to Bournemouth. My X factor? Well, what's your score prediction first?
I think Bournemouth's been a little too good. I think people haven't really realized how high up they've been. Like, they're top 5, which is insane. I think Palace is on better form. They started the season awful. Like, it was looking like they were going to go down, but I don't think they were going to go down. They have too much talent. But I think Bournemouth will end up winning this game. Oh, man. 2-1. I'll go 2-1. I want to say 3-1, but I think it'll be a bit closer.
I think it'll be 2-1 too. My man of the match, or not man of the match, my X factor, it has to be Semenyo. He's been amazing this season. He's been creating chances left and right. He's been scoring too as a winger. I don't know. I like him a lot. You know, a little African power. Shout out Ghana. I love Ghana and Ivory Coast from the 2010 World Cups, and big Ghana fan because of his sin at Chelsea. But who you got? Who's your X factor?
Mine's gonna be Evan Nilsson. I think he came in for a big money move to replace Solanke. He started off a bit slow, but he's looked better recently. I think he's gonna have to pick up form if Bournemouth wants to remain that high.
Yeah.
They can't be relying on Clivert penalties or Semenyo solo plays the whole season.
So he's got what, like 7 or 6 goals from penalties? Yeah. That's insane.
So I think Evan Nilsson, he's been great. I think he has got to maintain that form, and he's got to do what Solanke was doing for them last year.
He did start out bad though. Look,
he did. Yeah.
Like he missed that penalty against Chelsea. Shout out Robert Sanchez. And then so you're saying 2-1?
2-1.
Okay, I think 2-1-2. Not 2-1-2, just 2-1 also. Next up, Chelsea Fulham, London Derby, a Fulham Derby, same street, you know, same team basically back in the day. That's my team, you know. Shout out to Blues in the Pond. Keep the blue flag flying high. Come on, you Blues. Chelsea till I die. I can keep going. Versus Fulham. So starting out, Chelsea, second place in the title race, no matter what they say or any player says or Maresca or anyone, they're in the title race. There's only 3 teams competing for the title right now. 4 if you want to choose Forest, which I'm not actually. I'm gonna put Forest up in there. But come on, we're in the title race, no matter what anyone says. Second place, 4 points behind Liverpool. Fulham, they've had a really good season. They're in 9th place. They've drawn 4 of their last 5 games.
That's crazy.
If they convert any of those into wins, like maybe 2 of those into wins,
they're high.
They would be sitting 5th place. No, yeah, they would be sitting 5th place ahead of Bournemouth. So they've got a good team. They just need to start winning some games. But is this the game they're going to start winning? No,
I don't think so.
They're away. I mean, I know they're still technically at home. It's in Fulham, but they're away to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. You're not beating this Chelsea. Everton already did a good job against us. We're not going to have it happen 2 games in a row. Yes, I'm going to be biased, but it's just, even if we take bias out, Chelsea's going to win. Now, with my bias in, I'm going to say it's going to be a 4-1 Chelsea.
Right.
That's just me being biased. Cole Palmer's going to have another good game at Stamford Bridge just because he loves Stamford Bridge. He loves showing up there. Goal and assist merchant at Stamford Bridge. So it's going to be Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's my X factor. He always will be. He's going to be great. But little shout out to, I'm going to say Caicedo just because he's Ecuadorian. He's my man, but he's going to be winning a lot of midfield battles. Watch. Keep an eye out for that. I'm telling you, he's going to be my mini X factor. But who you got?
I think this could be a high scoring game. They're both kind of teams that are just like, we don't care if you score, we're going to go and score more. So I think this could either be a boring game or it could be, I think it'll go probably like I hope it can go 3-2. Chelsea, that'd be an exciting game to watch. I think they're both teams that just go for it.
Yeah.
They don't care. They will drive at you all game, back and forth. And I think it's going to have to be Cole Palmer that has to step up, although it's kind of obvious and it's kind of like,
it's kind of like an easy take.
Yeah, it's like, but I think it has to be him. I mean, I think the team takes another step whenever he performs. We didn't see him perform last week. Team struggled.
What's your nickname for him whenever he doesn't perform?
Cole Sprouse.
Shout out Sweet Life on Deck.
That's Cole Sprouse right there.
Yeah, he calls him Cole Sprouse. If anyone doesn't know, he's one of the Zach and Cody from Sweet Life on Deck and Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Which one is he, Zach or Cody? I have no idea. But he calls him that whenever he doesn't show up. He doesn't turn up. He starts calling him Cole Sprouse. Which he's had a couple of Cole Sprouse moments this season, so he needs to turn it up. But I guess we both got Chelsea winning. We just don't see them losing or drawing.
I think they'll win. I think both teams will score. It'll be an exciting game back and forth, but I just think Chelsea will eventually finish their chances.
Next game's a big one, I think. Newcastle, Aston Villa. Very big game for both teams. Newcastle just started doing a little bit better recently. They got 2 wins in a row after having a couple rough games, draws, and losses around there. Aston Villa, too, they just bounced back from a loss. So, I don't know. I mean, Aston Villa 6th place, Newcastle 8th place. They're separated by 2 points. They're both trying to get into Europe again. Aston Villa, top 4 last season. Newcastle, top 4 2 seasons ago, right? They weren't top 4 this season.
That was
last season, yeah. So, they're both trying to get up there. It is at St. James Park, so Aston Villa are away, but I don't know. I don't like this Newcastle team.
Really?
They haven't been good. They haven't been as good, I guess. And I really like this Aston Villa team. They got John Duran, killing it. Started, 5 or 6 of his last games, and he scored in each one of them. He's just a beast. He really is. At first, when he was scoring bangers, I was like, okay, sometimes you get lucky.
It's very unlikely goals, too. It's not like something you can recreate every week.
Exactly. So I was a little skeptical. And I'm like, man, there's a reason why he's not starting. But he's starting now. And he's scoring good goals. The finish he had against, who did he just play? City, right? Yeah.
City.
Amazing finish. So I got to give it to Aston Villa. They're going to win away. I would say, I think there's going to be a high scoring game, 3-2.
Really?
And my X Factor, I don't want to say John Duran because that's a little cheap. It's a little easy to say. Oh, I'm going to say my man Tielemans. Tielemans. I like Tielemans. He's an amazing player. He's an underrated player. He's a little mini Dollar Tree version of Kevin De Bruyne. He's Belgian too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's ahead of him now. Yeah, KDB don't be playing.
He's old. He's old. It's 2024. No one's scared of him no more. Who you got?
I got Newcastle.
You got Newcastle?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I just think St. James Park is a hard place to play at.
Yeah,
it's very hard. I think. I don't know, Villa, even though Duran's been amazing, do you go back to Ollie or no? So it's like Ollie's been so good for you so many seasons. He was injured, so Duran took over. It's going to be a tough decision. If you pick wrong, maybe it'll cost you the game.
Yeah.
I think Newcastle will pull out the result, though. I think it'll be like a pretty close game. I don't think it'll be too high scoring. I think it'll go 2-1.
2-1?
2-1 Newcastle.
You say who was your X Factor?
My X Factor will probably have to be... I think it's going to have to be Jacob Murphy. He's been in an incredible form recently. He doesn't really play too long. He kind of gets subbed out early a lot. So he's going to have to take advantage of those minutes and just finish everything he gets because East like be putting him in great positions. Anthony Gordon creates a lot. He just got to finish. Sometimes he just be hitting it with all his might. He just be smacking it. So it's like
he's just hoping for the best sometimes.
If he can get it on target, I think he'll be the X factor. He can get some goals because everybody focuses on Gordon and Isak.
This is our first game where we have the opposite team winning. City and Everton, I said they were tied. But this is the first game where you say Newcastle will win. I'll say Aston Villa will win. So we'll keep a close eye on that one. I say Aston Villa. He says Newcastle. We'll see. Next game, actually a really big game. Really big game. Nottingham Forest at home versus Spurs. Spurs that have had a horrible, horrible season. They just got destroyed by your Liverpool. Destroyed. I remember we were texting and it was 2-0 and then Spurs scored and you were like, oh, I don't know, maybe there's a comeback or something. Yeah. I stopped watching because I knew Spurs were going to do anything to help out Chelsea in this title race. And they got smacked immediately after that. Who was it? Szoboszlai scored a 3-1.
Yeah, every time they were getting into it, it's just like they just instantly were like, all right, come back at our goal and score.
Yeah. It was like, oh, no, we're scared. They're horrible, horrible. I'm telling you, I said it last episode, Ange needs to be sacked. He is way, way, way too stubborn with the tactics. He can't be playing that with his B team. You can only be playing that with Van de Ven or whatever his name is because he's got all that speed, and Romero too. But with your B team, you can't be playing a high line like that. He needs to adapt. He needs to learn what's best for each player and his team, and he's not taking advantage of that at all.
Maybe, but I'm still not out on Ange just because I think, regardless, I don't think they're winning that game. Archie Gray was brought here to be a midfielder from Leeds. They started him off as right back. Now he's having to play center back. I mean, the guy hasn't even gotten to play his position. I mean, you have Van de Ven out. You have Romero out. Your backup Ben Davies, he's out. Radu's not that good on the ball, so Liverpool's targeting him, like pressing him. It's like, I think the game was lost regardless.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't say I'm high on Ange, but I don't think it's time for him to go yet. I mean, you're just going to go on a manager roulette again and keep on going.
And unlike Chelsea, we win trophies with manager roulettes. Spurs, they don't even know what a trophy is. They don't even got a trophy case. Do they have a cabinet? It probably does. It's blank. Nothing. They're like, this is where a trophy would go. Sad. That's how I can tell. I hate Spurs. They're so trash. So trash. The only thing I like about them is that they walk out to the Duel of Fate song from Star Wars, which is actually pretty cool, which I'm a little jealous about, but whatever. Anyways, back to soccer. I got Forest.
Really?
Forest any day. I'm going to say with how bad Spurs are defensively, 3-1.
Really?
I'll say 3-1.
I'm going to go 2-2. I think it's a draw.
Ooh.
I think they'll end up tying. 2-2, 1-1. I'm going to go 2-2, though.
All right, who's your X factor?
I'll give one for each team since I think it'll be a draw.
Okay.
I think for one side, I think Tottenham has to be Son. I think Son is your best player. Although Kulusevski's been their best player for the season, Son is the team.
Yeah.
Like, when you think of Spurs, you think Son. He has to show up. He hasn't been showing up sometimes.
True.
He's got to take over the game.
True.
It's got to be Son. And then from Forest,
let's see if you got who I got.
I'm going to have to go. I'll go Chris Wood just because, although, yeah, I'm kind of picking like some big players, but I think it's just whenever you look at the weakness, you look at Archie Gray. You think Archie Gray,
he's going to be bodied.
yeah, you're going to put him on Chris Wood. Chris Wood has to take care of that matchup. He has to be like, all right, find me back post. Like, I can hold this guy up.
Yeah.
And then maybe Lunga can come in off him or Hudson-Odoi or something, or even he can just go and finish it himself. But I think it'll be Chris Wood.
I think it's got to be, for my X factor for Forest, it's got to be Gibbs White. He's been really good. If he creates chances for Wood, then Nottingham Forest are going to have an easy time. And yeah, Spurs have a good midfield. But if Gibbs White delivers a good through ball through that midfield and just has Longa, Wood, or Hudson-Odoi on a 1v1 versus that horrible Spurs defense, they're done for. So, X Factor, Gibbs White, 3-1 Forest. You say 2-2?
2-2.
All right, we'll see. Next one, Southampton, West Ham. Southampton is this their first game with their new manager? Second game?
Pretty sure second.
Yeah, they drew 0-0 with Fulham. Finally, after losing 25 million games in a row. Just horrible team. I don't know. And West Ham have been pretty bad themselves, too. I mean, they've lost, 2 in a row now? I don't know. Who you got? I want to see what you want to say first.
I think West Ham should win comfortably.
They drew 2 in a row, sorry.
I think West Ham's been bad on the season, but I think this is the game where you have to win. Everybody's looking at Southampton as 3 points. You cannot be the team that ties or loses.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they'll win. I think they'll win 2-0. I don't think Southampton, they can't let Southampton.
Yeah. But West Ham have been pretty bad too. And we mentioned on the last video that Lopetegui might be one of the players or one of the managers that get sacked.
Yeah, I think he should be. I don't really like him.
Yeah, he's bad. I mean, with the players he has at West Ham should not be, 14th place?
No, they just don't even look that good in attack. I just don't like watching them. They're just...
And they had a good team. I mean, David Moyes had a good thing going with them. I mean, yeah, it kind of slowed down at the end before he left, but they have a good team. I think they have a good team. They definitely shouldn't be that low. But like you said, they should not be losing to Southampton. Last place Southampton. This is one of the worst Premier League teams I've ever seen. Honestly, they just get... There's no motivation, no nothing.
They try to play out the back, and they be just giving it away. They be giving away free goals. Like, they don't care. It's like they don't care.
They're so bad. It's like a Sunday League team versus Premier League team. Like, it's so bad. It's probably worse. So I think you can tell we're both going to say West Ham are going to win. It's just a matter of how many goals. I think Southampton are going to be a little bit better defensively with the new coach. They might actually only want to be defensive.
Hopefully, they don't be trying all this nonsense playing out the back. You got to understand who you have.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, and West Ham have been bad too, so I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit closer than people might think. Might be stupid, might be a bad take, just because everyone's scoring like 20 goals on Southampton in the first half. But I am going to say it's going to be West Ham only 1-0.
You can see that.
1-0. You got what, 2-0?
2-0.
My X Factor, I kind of want to say an X Factor, a bad X Factor for Southampton. It's just... all of them are so bad, but Kudus is back. He's been pretty good. He scored against who was it, Brighton the other day. Decent goal. But I mean, he's a big player for them. He's on the wing. He's gonna be taking on players left and right, especially that horrible defense. He's gonna be big for them. If he doesn't score, he's definitely gonna assist today or on Boxing Day. Who you got?
Mine's a bit different. I'm gonna go Fabianski, just because I think Bo and Kudus, one of those, Fulkrug, Paqueta's not going to play, but I think they have the attack to finish chances. I think they will score goals. I think the defense is the important thing here. You can't let Southampton get a done goal.
That's true.
You cannot let them, because even though they're bad, one goal and they can so easily steal a point or even steal a win if they just peck the box. Like Fabianski has to make sure that he keeps that clean sheet. And then like against Liverpool in the cup, like Liverpool's comfortable 2-0, 2-0, and Southampton scored. It's like Southampton was dangerous after or like a threat to knock us out. But at the end of the day, you don't know. You can give up a pen or something.
That's true.
And I think that's what West Ham needs to avoid. If you're up 2-0, if you're 1-0, one stupid goal, one stupid error from Fabianski, I think he has to play it safe.
Yeah.
He has to keep that clean sheet. And maybe it's not even on him. Maybe it's a center backer. They just got to make sure they defend that.
I'm surprised you didn't say Alvarez. Your boy Alvarez.
Yeah.
That's an Alvarez. He's had a quiet year this year, I feel like.
He's been...
Last year he had a lot better.
He was a lot better. This was also better. He kind of just been a card merchant this year. He's just go out there getting cards.
I think he's going to be bigger than you think for this game. Because they got to win a midfield battle too, and he's going to be pretty big. But, yeah, Southampton, we both got them losing. West Ham are going to win. One way or another, they're going to win. Next game, big game too. I mean, I feel like I'm saying that about all games.
Yeah, they so.
Wolves, Man United at 11:30. Our first 11:30 game. Our time, 5:30 over there? Pretty late game. Wolves at home, sitting at forgot they were doing that bad. 18th in the relegation zone with 12 points. United though in 13th place with 22 points. It's the first time since I think they said the 80s or 60s, one of those, that United is in the bottom half of the table after Christmas.
Really? That's bad. It's like they get worse every year.
And I have so many people, so many friends that are United friends and whatnot, even non-United friends, so that when they saw that they were getting Amarin, they were like, oh, United are so bad, they're going to change, blah, blah, blah. He's going to unlock Rashford and blah, 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 blah. All these different things about them, waxing lyrical about them. I just said, dude, calm down. It's United. They're trash. No matter who they have, they could bring in Guardiola and they're going to be bad. Horrible. It's just something about in the air of United.
It's like they just make everybody worse.
Yeah, they must have gotten cursed or something. Sir Alex Ferguson must have cursed him before he left, like for some reason, because they are just so bad. No matter. David Moyes was an amazing top manager at Everton before he came over there, and I was like, oh, amazing pick. Of course, United get the best manager in the league at the moment, or one of the best ones. And no, failed. Louis van Gaal, good manager, failed. Who else have they had? Ole. He's probably been the best one there, but still failed. Mourinho, I forgot, best one again, failed. Amarin or Aaron Ten Hag failed horribly, and now Amarin too. They're not that good. They're not good at all. And I mean, they just got smacked at home by Bournemouth 3-0. Smacked. Like, it wasn't even a competition. United were so bad. Even their stadium was crying because, it was leaking.
Yeah.
It was crying. Okay. Anyway. So I think you guys can already tell without me even saying anything else. Wolves are going to win. They're in 18th place. I get that. They just won a game. They came from losing 4 in a row. But this Wolves team is pretty good. They got a new manager.
Talent.
They got a new manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So new manager bounce is still ongoing for them. Unlike United, new manager bounce, no such thing for them with Amarim. It's been the opposite. I say Wolves. Maybe I should stop thinking with my heart and think with my brain. It might be a draw. I'm going to say a draw. I don't want to say a draw. I love seeing United do bad. I got to be realistic. It's going to be a draw, probably like a 2-2. I'll say 1-1. Who you got?
I can see a draw, but I have to sadly slightly lean United.
No,
Slightly, just because Wolves just been bad all season. I don't see him just magically turning around instantly with the new coach. I think United will win this one 2-1. They're gonna get a win.
2-1. Who's your X factor for United?
Ooh.
That's tough because there's no one good.
Nobody. Just whoever it falls to, I guess.
Whoever scores the goal by accident.
Yeah. Whoever it falls to, because I don't even know. It's like
you like Amad Diallo?
Yeah, I like Diallo. I think he's a great player. I think he's probably been their best player all season.
Yeah, Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like United at all. I hate watching them. It's bad.
And then you can't not watch them because it's a good hate watch and you like seeing them lose. But I hate watching them because they're so bad. They're so boring.
Like it makes me mad. Like I hate them so much. Like I get mad watching their games. I can't even imagine what their fans think.
No facts. Like I
it's just like I genuinely get mad because it's like, what are you doing? Like Like, I hope you lose, but how do you manage to lose? Like, it's insane.
They are really bad, honestly. I gotta pick someone. I guess since I said they will draw, I'll pick an X factor from both sides. Um, I don't know. Wolves have a pretty bad team too. I don't know. Semedo, maybe, maybe if I had to pick someone, but just because he's Portuguese, I don't see them. I mean, Cunha. Actually, that's a better shout. That's an easy pick too. Um, he's a star player. He shouldn't be at Wolves. He needs to go somewhere else. Honestly, which actually I got him for little foreshadowing sneak peek, but
Can you?
spoiler alert, I got him as a transfer that one of the teams need to make for January.
He's a great player.
Yeah, he needs to move. He's going to move to a bigger team in January, hopefully. But then for United, like you said, I don't even know who to pick. They're just so bad. I guess I'll go with my.
I feel like you can't pick somebody because it's like you never know.
Yeah, I'll go with Ahmad. He's their only decent player, I guess. I like my African players
Maybe
too.
Bruno gets a pin. I guess it'll have to be Bruno.
But he might miss it with the form he's in. So yeah, that one out of the way. Draw, I say 2-2, maybe, and you'll say United
2-1 United.
2-1. Now your team. Liverpool, Leicester.
Not the jersey I'm wearing.
Not
the jersey I'm wearing.
I just noticed that.
I just put on a random jersey. Yeah.
Liverpool, Leicester City. Liverpool at home, sitting pretty in top of the league, game in hand, 4 points. Leicester City struggling right outside the relegation zone, 2 points ahead of Wolves. Did you got smacked by Wolves 3-0 at home?
Yeah, that was bad. That was not a result they could have. They needed to win that game.
Who's their new coach? What's his name?
Ben Nistelrooy.
Ben Nistelrooy. I don't know. I thought Leicester City would be back with their new coach, but they've been pretty bad. So who you got?
Liverpool. I think we should win. I want to say 4-0. I think it's got to be, you got to win comfortably. You got to go in there and you got to just take care of business. Like, just win it. Like, there's no way around it. I don't care if they win 1-0. I don't care if they get a pin last minute. You got to win this game. This is the type of game where you can't drop these points.
Because if you guys slip, it puts pressure on Liverpool. And if Chelsea win, we're 1 point away from you guys? With a game in hand.
I just don't think Leicester has the firepower to compete with this current Liverpool.
But put on your Leicester City jersey for a second and argue. I want to see you. Who do you think could do something for Leicester?
For Leicester City?
If they would get a result, who could it be?
I see no shot they pull out a result.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I would have to go with El Canous.
Okay.
He didn't really get a chance on Steve Cooper, but it seems like Van Nistelrooy wants to give him a shot.
Yeah. Another African, Moroccan.
He played well his first game under him. Didn't really do much against Wolves, but I think he's going to have to find form. He's going to have to break into this team.
Okay. But, yeah, they don't say any chance. I'm going to say Liverpool. Oh, well, who's your X factor for Liverpool?
I think it's going to have to be, if he starts, which I think he should because he's been back from injury, Diogo Jota. He has to be that striker, that clinical. Yeah. Finish your chances.
And I mean, that's what he's known for, honestly. He's a clinical guy. He comes in, scores a goal easily. I don't understand how. He's such a good finisher. I hate it. Liverpool, obviously, I'm just trying to figure out the scoreline. I want to say, obviously, that they draw points. I want to say they draw and we pick up 3 points and, make it a little bit closer in the title race, but it's not going to happen. And I like Leicester City, too. I really like them ever since they won the league. They're such a fun team to watch. Plus, they gave us Maresca, they gave us Chilwell, they gave us Fofana.
Dewsbury Hall.
KDH, crazy. I'd rather have KDB right now, even as a 34-year-old. But 3-0. I don't see them scoring a goal. Maybe if Jamie Vardy might feel like he's back in his 2015-16 season, he's going to volley it over Allison, but that's not going to happen. Oh, what a banger of a goal. One of my all-time favorite goals. I got to say Diaz, South American, even though he couldn't do anything against Ecuador in the qualifiers because, Ecuador's too good. It's going to be Diaz. Diaz is such a good player. I hate him just because I don't hate him. I really don't, actually. I get mad because Liverpool are so good, and Diaz is so good, and he's always scoring goals from like far post runs and just.
It's like you know what he's gonna do, and teams just still let him do it. I mean, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to stop it.
He's just he's a dog.
He fights.
Yeah, he's really good. He's got that South American fight in him.
Oh yeah.
So he's my X factor. But that's technically all we have for Boxing Day. But there's still 2 more games in the match week. So the following day, it's going to be a 1:30 p.m. kickoff. Brighton versus Brentford. Actually, that's a pretty good game. I didn't realize how low Brighton and Brentford are, but it's just because from 5th place all the way down to 14th place, West Ham, there's an 8-point gap or 8-point difference. So it's very tight down there.
It's just their inconsistency.
Yeah.
They look like the best team one week. Next week, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Brighton haven't won in 5 games.
That's insane. And they're still that high. With that, like, not even high, but like they have that many points. Like, they're not too far off. Like, one game, it pushes them where?
One game, if they win, they go up to 6th place, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's so tight over there. I mean, they're still above Spurs. Shout out any Spurs fans that are watching. I'm always going to be hating on them, and I feel bad for you, Spurs fans. I really do, because it must be miserable. Horrible life. But Brentford are right below them, or right below Spurs. Tied on points and 12 points, but 0 goal difference. They just came from losing 2 in a row. Brighton just lost or drew a game. I'll go first for this one. I like Brighton. I really do. And it's at the Amex, so I just don't see them going 6 games in a row without winning. So I've got to say Brighton win 2-1. It'll be a close game. I'll say 3-2. I think there's going to be more goals. I'd like to see more goals. So I'm gonna say Brighton 3-2. Who you got?
I was thinking Brighton 2-1. I could see this game going either way. I think Brentford go out there and win it, but they have 2 points away from home.
Yeah,
and like
horrible away from home. I
feel like that's not really like a sustainable stat. Like I feel like eventually they will win. No way they're gonna sit on 2. So this could be the game they win. But I just think Brighton has a bit more talent. I think they just won this game.
Yeah, I agree. If it's not this game that they win away from home, their next away game is going to be against Southampton, so they'll definitely win there. They'll definitely win there. So who's your X factor?
I'm gonna go. Estupinian. I'll go Estupinian. I think he's got a.
Let's go. Vamos Ecuador.
I feel like ever since he got that injury, we haven't seen the same Estupinian we saw that one year he broke out onto the Prem. And I think we're starting to see a bit more flashes. He gets up a lot. He's getting good crosses in, but they just haven't been finishing them. So I think he's at that level again where we can see him go back to the old Estupinian. I think he's going to have to show it this game.
I think he's going to also make a bigger move. And I don't know if January, which again, spoiler alert, he's in my list. But I can see him going to a bigger team. Maybe I'm being biased, I love Ecuador. But he was also going to be my X factor. If he's bombing up and down that wing like his old self and creating a chance, they're going to score. If they need to start finishing them, like you said, because that's what happens. They don't finish it. He has to run all the way back in a counterattack, and then that's when he gets exposed. It's not his fault. But I think he's going to be really big for them. He's going to create her. You know what? I'll say he's going to score a goal.
Especially if Brentford comes out on that 3-back.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have to expose that space, draw out the center back.
Yep.
And then they have Pedro, they have Rutter, they got so many people right there centrally. Matoma cut in. I mean, I think he's going to have to take over and win that.
Yeah.
Outside, force Mbeumo to come back.
Yep.
Take Mbeumo out the game. Do not let him attack.
I hope he scores. Last time he scored, it was when he came back from a little injury, not his original injury. And I don't know if you remember, but he went to the camera and said, "I'm back." Iconic. I love it. I hope he scores again and says, "I'm back" again. Shout out all Ecuadorians listening. But yeah, so we both got Brighton. Both got Stupion. Pretty easy. And the last game of the match week, kind of a stinker just because I think we all know how it's going to turn out to be. But 2:15 p.m. for us. Arsenal 3rd place versus Ipswich in 19th place. I don't know. Ipswich just aren't that good. Unfortunately, I want them to be good. I love that they got back-to-back promotions. That's insane. That is like, think about it. Back-to-back promotions. And they didn't just finish in like 6th and go to the playoffs and make it. No, they won both of those. That's incredible. I mean, credit to them. I'm not going to say anything else. They've been amazing. But just in the Prem, they're just not at the level, unfortunately.
It's just such a different standard.
Yeah, way different. I mean, they're tied on points with Wolves, though, so there's still a little bit of a chance. But and it's also early in the season, but they're not beating Arsenal at the Emirates. They're just not, unfortunately. I want Arsenal to lose, but they're not going to lose. It's going to be I don't know, a 3-1 or 4-1 Arsenal. Arsenal are firing on all cylinders again. Gabriel Jesus loves Christmas time. He'd be scoring all the time. And he just scored a hat trick and then scored another 2 goals. So yeah, 4-1 Arsenal. Who you got?
I got Arsenal. I think I could see this game being like a 5-0 high scoring. But who knows? Without Saka, maybe they kind of lack on the creativity a bit. Maybe they struggle a bit to score.
Yeah,
they still get the win, but they maybe depend on a goal, maybe like a Rice long shot or something, pull out like a 1-0 win.
I did forget that Saka isn't going to be playing.
So, yeah, Saka's
I forgot he's out.
I mean, I think they'll still have too much talent for Ipswich, so I think they do pull out the win.
I agree.
But I think to step up, it's going to have to be Martinelli. I think I've never been a big fan of him. I always thought he was a bit overrated, and it's kind of showing right now. He hasn't been great, but he has to take over now. He has to go back to scoring goals, being consistent. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. I've got to say Gabriel Jesus. I mean, he's on fire right now. I think he's just going to keep going. He's probably going to score another goal or assist. He's going to be their X factor. Definitely. If he's not scoring, then they're going to have a problem because I don't see another player right now scoring. Before Jesus started scoring, they were kind of in a little slump offensively. They didn't know what to do, especially with Saka being out. It's going to damage them. But that being said, they're still going to win easily, comfortably. So yeah, Jesus. That's my pick. But that's it. Going down the list. Real quick. Is Chelsea going to be above Liverpool come the new year?
No shot. There's no shot.
My brain says no. My heart says yes.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, I know. You guys aren't going to drop. You would have to drop at least 4 points. So draw in both games. And then Chelsea have to win both games for you guys to.
Even if we draw both games, you'll have to win by
a greater margin. Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not a lot, but still, like.
Yeah, you guys have plus 21, goals, we have plus 18. So we would have to score. We would have to win a 1-0 and a 2-0 or a 2-0 and a 2-0, I guess, to overtake y'all. All right. I say yes, just because I'm hopeful, optimistic. But that's all we got. That's our Boxing Day predictions. Let us know what you guys think. If Chelsea will be first. If United are going to lose another game. If Spurs are going to lose another game because they're trash. Are City going to continue in the bad slump? Is Forest going to finish top 4? I hope so. But yeah, keep an eye out for our other video that we're going to be releasing probably within the week. It's going to be one player every team in the Premier League needs to sign in January to help them out to finish off the season. It's going to be a good one. I've already teased it a little bit of some players that I have in my list. He's got some crazy players too, so keep a lookout for that.
Well, yeah, I got a whole bunch of names.
Yeah, you guys are going to see his ball knowledge. He's got some crazy.
They're probably going to hate.
Dude needs to be a scout. Honestly, you need to be a scout. You be telling me about, you know about this player? I'm like, no, who even is it? Oh, he plays in the second division of Ivory Coast or something. I'm like, do you even know that? But yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a good one. But yeah, that's all we got. I'm Pablo.
I'm Sammy.
And thank you for joining us at 90+1. Happy holidays. And we'll see you after Boxing Day. Peace.